Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. In this video, we'll provide expert analysis and professional betting picks for an exciting lineup of matchups including Milwaukee Bucks versus Charlotte Hornets, Toronto Raptors versus Boston Celtics, Los Angeles Lakers versus New Orleans Pelicans, San Antonio Spurs versus Dallas Mavericks, Utah Jazz versus Sacramento Kings. Stay tuned for insights and predictions to help you make informed betting decisions. Milwaukee Bucks versus Charlotte Hornets. Giannis Antetokounmpo is coming off a monster 59-point performance against the Detroit Pistons, and the matchup issues that plagued Detroit are likely to repeat themselves for Charlotte. The Pistons had no answer for Antetokounmpo. Jalen Duren struggled to contain him on the perimeter, while Tobias Harris couldn't handle him in the post. Similarly, the Hornets lacked the personnel to effectively slow him down. Grant Williams, Taj Gibson, and Moussa Diabate are all ill-equipped to stop Giannis in transition or at the rim. Charlotte's best option defensively, Miles Bridges, is sidelined with a bone bruise, leaving the Hornets even more vulnerable. If Damian Lillard is out, expect Giannis to take on an even larger offensive load. The Bucks' frontcourt, anchored by Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis, should dominate the paint, further tipping the scales in Milwaukee's favor. On the other end, the Hornets rely heavily on three-point shooting, but could face significant challenges if Trey Mann, who missed the previous game against Orlando, remains unavailable. Without Mann and Bridges, Charlotte struggled mightily, losing to the Magic by 25 points. Given the mismatches and Milwaukee's ability to control the interior, expect Giannis to lead the Bucks to a convincing win. Take the Bucks to cover the spread and look for the total to hit the over with Giannis likely driving a high-scoring game. Toronto Raptors versus Boston Celtics. The Toronto Raptors enter this matchup on the second night of a back-to-back and dealing with key injuries, creating a favorable opportunity for the Boston Celtics to dominate. Toronto has struggled offensively this season, combining poor shooting with defensive inefficiencies, a dangerous mix against a Celtics squad boasting one of the league's most potent offenses. Fatigue will also be a factor for the Raptors, as tired legs make it even harder to keep up with Boston's relentless scoring. The Celtics rank second in offensive efficiency at 118 and play at a steady pace, 101.2, 16th in the league. Meanwhile, Toronto's pace of 102.9, 10th, combined with their defensive efficiency, which ranks 29th in the NBA, positions Boston to capitalize on every weakness. Boston's ability to exploit mismatches on both ends makes them a strong pick to cover the spread. Additionally, this matchup is primed for a high-scoring game. The Raptors' pace and their 7-5 record against the over this season, paired with Boston's efficient offense, suggest plenty of points will be scored on both sides. Picks. Take the Celtics to cover the spread. The over is a solid play, with Boston expected to score in bunches and Toronto contributing enough offensively to push the total past the line. Los Angeles Lakers versus New Orleans Pelicans. Game analysis and picks. The Los Angeles Lakers and New Orleans Pelicans face off in what shapes up to be a game influenced by contrasting trends and fatigue. The Lakers have found their rhythm offensively, averaging 122.3 points over their last 3 games. Meanwhile, the Pelicans' struggles on offense continue, as they've averaged just 100.6 points in their last 5 outings. Season-long net ratings further highlight the disparity. The Lakers sit at 16th with a -0.1 net rating, while the Pelicans rank near the bottom at 28th with a dismal -10.6 net rating. Given this significant gap and Los Angeles' recent form, the Lakers are a strong pick to cover the spread. However, both teams come into this game dealing with injuries and on the second night of a back-to-back, which is likely to slow the pace. Neither team typically plays up-tempo, with the Lakers ranking 12th in pace, 100.14, and the Pelicans near the bottom at 28th, 97.46. These factors suggest a sluggish, lower-scoring contest. Picks. Take the Lakers to cover the spread. The under is the better bet, as both teams are likely to play at a slower pace and show signs of fatigue. San Antonio Spurs vs. Dallas Mavericks. The San Antonio Spurs face the Dallas Mavericks in what promises to be an intriguing matchup. The Spurs are coming off a back-to-back, having played the Los Angeles Lakers on Friday, and recently secured a 139-130 win over the Washington Wizards, highlighted by Victor Wembanyama's career-high 50-point performance. At just 20 years and 314 days old, Wembanyama became the fourth youngest player in NBA history to score 50 points, showcasing his unique ability to dominate on both ends of the floor. Over his last 6 games, he has tallied at least 20 made three-pointers and 25 blocks, a feat unmatched in league history. San Antonio's defense has shown marked improvement this season, ranking 11th in defensive rating, but turnovers remain an Achilles heel, as they rank 24th in turnover percentage. The team continues to lean heavily on Wembanyama, and with Devin Vassell returning to form after off-season surgery, the Spurs are better positioned to compete. The Mavericks, on the other hand, come into this game after a narrow 115-113 loss to the Utah Jazz. Luka Doncic continues to play at an MVP level, recording 37 points, 7 rebounds, and 9 assists in that game. He's scored at least 30 points in 5 of his last 7 appearances. However, the Mavericks are dealing with injury concerns as Kyrie Irving is questionable due to a right shoulder sprain. Despite this, Dallas boasts a strong shooting efficiency, ranking 7th in field goal percentage, 48%, and holding opponents to the 6th lowest true shooting percentage, 52.5%. While the Mavericks' defense can present challenges for Wembanyama, his recent form suggests he's capable of another standout performance. However, the fatigue factor from San Antonio's back-to-back and Dallas' offensive firepower, led by Luka and Klay Thompson, might tilt the scales in the Mavericks' favor overall. Picks. San Antonio Spurs ATS. Expect Wembanyama to keep the Spurs competitive and cover the spread in a close game. Total. Take the over. Both teams shoot a high volume of three-pointers, and the pace combined with Doncic and Wembanyama's scoring ability should push the total over the projected number. Utah Jazz vs. Sacramento Kings. The Utah Jazz and Sacramento Kings face off Saturday night in Sacramento, with both teams seeking to build on recent victories. The Jazz are coming off a narrow 115-113 home win over the Dallas Mavericks on Thursday, where they pulled off an upset as 8-point underdogs. Meanwhile, the Kings hosted the Timberwolves Friday night in an NBA Cup matchup after dominating the Phoenix Suns 127-104 on Wednesday. Sacramento has won the last 5 meetings against Utah, including a 113-96 road victory earlier this season on October 29th. Utah Jazz analysis. The Jazz will benefit from a rest advantage, having had Friday off, but their consistency remains a concern. With Lauri Markkanen questionable for this game, Utah's ability to compete hinges on whether their young core can step up. Despite showing flashes of potential, the Jazz's inconsistency has been a recurring issue, and their defensive struggles make it challenging to sustain leads. Sacramento Kings analysis. The Kings, though potentially fatigued from playing the night before, have the luxury of not needing to travel. Sacramento's depth has been a significant advantage, even with injuries to Malik Monk and DeMar DeRozan. The team's high-powered offense, which dismantled Phoenix earlier this week, has been firing on all cylinders, and their recent dominance over Utah cannot be overlooked. While fatigue could slightly impact the Kings, their superior roster and home court advantage should give them the edge. Utah's youth and lack of defensive reliability make them vulnerable in this matchup. Picks. Spread. Take the Sacramento Kings -8.5. *** Sacramento's offensive firepower and Utah's inconsistency, especially without certainty on Markkanen's availability, make the Kings a solid pick to cover. Total. Take the under. Sacramento could dictate the pace, and Utah's road struggles combined with Sacramento playing the second leg of a back-to-back may lead to a slightly lower scoring game.